Hey, what's going on, guys? Gulliver here. Today I'm going to make a video that's being requested a lot in the channel about uh, general Titan comparisons between the Titans that are available to us in the game. I will explain some of my decisions when I'm playing with the Titans to kind of explain to you guys why I think one's better than the other, why I think one's like more interested in the other. So what ends up happening is the simple fact that uh, first thing, all the Titans they have the same like average HP health stuff. Like they're very close to each other. So like look at like the HP on Triptychon 11795. It's a level 9. It's a level. When he's going to level 19, it's 11795. When he's already on level 19, drop into the 20. Oh my god. To level 20, there's a huge difference. There's a huge difference. Oh my god, I not even realized that. But you know what I mean. There's a lot of stuff that makes a lot of difference to Nemesis in comparison to the other things, in comparison to Triptychon as well. And I'm going to explain a little bit. As I remember, as what I saw, Triptychon was the first one, and as the first Titan, I think that they have wanted to make an impactful one that made a lot of difference to the game. So we have 3 lines of essays, which is the Inspire essay, the Passive essay, and the Titan attack, or Titan abilities. This means that this Titan Inspire is going to be like when you defeat a Titan or when you get destroyed, depending of which one. If it is when you get destroyed. No, it's when you defeat a Titan. I think that there's other one. That's when you get destroyed, if I remember correctly. You get the effect activation. For example, you provide 20% damage reduction to your allies for 30 seconds when you destroy the Titan. This makes like a Megatronus goes around on your bots doing fire damage, for example, for 30 seconds. And this provides EMP effect immunity for your allies for 30 seconds. So that's really nice. But the first one here is Triptychon. So we have a lot of stuff to discuss here. I just like a lot these Fireball, because the Fireball total damage, it's better. The Fireball total damage, it's bigger than the is almost bigger than the Photon Beam, but it has fire damage on it. Photon Beam is just regular damage, but if you think about the fire damage on these, if you add 20%, is bigger than the Photon Beam damage. So I thought like my team always has 1, 2, 3 acid stuff, like in the form of fracas, in the form of pipes. So I can basically assume that there is always some kind of acid on the pitch, on the board, for the fire burn, for the fire to be increasing the damage. Now, when I was first playing with Titans, now I can basically think a little bit more and just dodge and avoid this one, because to be honest, it's not the most consistent. It's not the most consistent strategy right now. And I'm not even sure if the multiple targets on the ground thing are better, because if the multiple targets on the ground happens a lot of times, you can destroy multiple targets when you get like the second wave of the attack. So after the 24-second, because this is a 12-second cooldown, this has a 12-second cooldown. So when the first one drops of these or these, it's going to be better because they're going to destroy more targets. If the second one drops from this one and this one, this bounces 3 times, so it gets up to 3 targets. It gets up to 3 targets. No, it's a single target, and target up to 3 targets. Bounces up to 3 targets, so it gets 4 targets, and this one gets 12 shots. So this means that you can get, like, if there's 12 stuff that has a minimum amount of damage, and 100, 140, and 114 be enough to kill, maybe that's just the thing for you. So I actually want to test these out. I'm going to place the yellows and these ones. This is a thing that's really interesting because you can protect yourself from the ability damage. No, you can add to yourself an extra ability damage. This is very important for Titan Assault because it's the combination that makes you able to reach to the level 14 these on the Titan Assault. Here, I actually will try again the Nemesis just to try, because I know I can defeat it. So I'll be collecting my stuff here. Don't bother too much with that. On wars, we are still getting a little bit of trouble in these wars. It's not being easy with the... What's the name of the guys that we are facing? Obsidian Order. The map designs they have are really well. As you can see, I have defeated the guys over there. So first thing that's more interesting to show in the video, if I'm checking my replay, I have used exactly that team. With one difference, I used T2 Max 5-star. So first thing, I went headstrong, attract all the spider mines, don't lose my bots to any stupid thing. Then I popped that to avoid stupid damage, like from the spiders from Sentius, the sharks from Sentius Prime Core, and I call everyone out just to clean stuff up. And the only other difference that was necessary was Nemesis instead of Scorponok, because I said I needed to change that up. Then I get that, but not even all my allies were getting hacked. I think that are two, maybe 3. I lost Headstrong because you kind of have to sacrifice Headstrong when you try to dodge the hack. I think that's why people often use Lancelot on the Headstrong pipes. I waited a little bit because I had an opportunity to make the fire from T2 Max one more time. So when I made the fire, I waited until I get the SA points back to then call the combiner to then go and rush against everything. And there was a point that's so weird because he was running away. He was running into direction of the other combiner, which were really messing me up because I wanted to do with the cluster, and I'm absolutely sure that if it continued with the proper AI, like destroying the closest defense, not the far away one, he would be able to destroy the cluster, which was the thing that I was actually needing, and he didn't destroy these, which is a pain in the ass to deal with. MDS with Vector Prime. But then I was like, okay, I will call everyone out and just destroy everything. I think that I just had Wheeled Rider at some point. I had a Kulagun with 5 SA points and I didn't have Flatline, and I'm like, fuck! I just wanted to have Flatline, please. To try to survive, but it happens. Sometimes I miss the advantage of Vector Prime on Flatline. It's really good, but this happens. So there's the point where I win the game. If I remember correctly, this was the setup. Not this one. This was the setup. So I first drop Headstrong, then Half Shell, then I call everyone out after I clean the cluster with the Sentius. He kind of made 2 clusters. There was like a mini cluster in the beginning of the map. That's really good to do. Like, it's just to make, like, if you deal with one bot, maybe 2 in the beginning of the match, like he had the laser in the first thing of the map, in the first as the first resource buildings of the map. You kind of make very harder for your second cluster to get destroyed, so you actually kind of avoided that in a way. But one of the things that I would like to show is that there was a reason that I wanted Nemesis instead of Scorponok. Drink some water, guys. Don't get sick. It's it's not very nice. The first thing was that I actually need to switch this up to this one. I think that this was the reason, because my Titan died. I tested if it was working and it wasn't working anyway. So we have the Titan perks advantages. They are the thing that makes your Titan like good, So for example, everyone has a frontal beam. This one is the MP beam. This one is the photon, and this one is the melting. They even get in the same position with all the Titans. The left one is the protection or damage reduction or on something, and the right one is the inspire damage. So this is very standard for a lot of scenarios. So you're likely going to use these 3 skills when your Titan is on level 12, 11. I think that you get the Titan skill when you drop level 11, if I remember correctly, or 12. So one of the things that you want to ask me, like, Galavar, you have Scorponok as your lowest upgraded Titan. How do you get the Scorponok completed every single week, and sometimes you not even reach strike 14 with Nemesis or Triptychon? The key point is the essays that the AI of the Titan Assault places in. So, the thing is that the AI of the thing is done for it to be possible for you to do with the last Titan. And if the guy has all the best perks possible, focusing your Titan Assault, it's impossible for you, because the AI is made that it's, 5 levels higher with 1 ranking. The Scorponok, he's rank 5, he's 5 stars. So It's basically impossible for you to do with the 5-star one, with the best perks. But if you use the best perks and the AI just uses some random ones, it's possible. So what happens is that if you use a passive ability, 30% reduction, damage reduction from your enemy's Titan's abilities, this 30% damage reduction is big enough to reduce the gap of the damage increase of the Titans from level 25 and from the star, from the 5-star. So for example, if in the game it was possible for you to have the level 5, level 25 5-star Titan, the percentages on that would be exactly 29.5% damage increase, for example. So this means that if you reduce 30%, or like 28, 25%, for example, just to make it a little bit easier to understand, you get an increase of 5% of damage reduction in comparison to your 5-star one. So this means that same that your Scorponok has less health and has less damage, the damage he receives, it's lower than the damage that you lower than the damage that you do. So this 30% damage reduction is very key to everything in your combiner. I'm saying combiner, I'm thinking about combiner, but it's Titan. So it's very important for you to know that is the survivability that you're picking from the from your Titan. I'm absolutely sure that this 30% damage reduction from enemy's Titan's abilities isn't on the AI of the last Titan, because if it has that there, you would be absolutely destroyed. It would be impossible to destroy the last Titan. And because the 30% is very, very high, and because also you are able to place, not this one, which was the one that has been the, not Bing, but EMP stun immunity. Where was it? I don't know. There was one. There was a Titan that, and somewhere I think it's on Nemesis. I don't remember. Yeah. So this has another explanation. Why I needed Nemesis there? Because Nemesis has had a electric damage reduction from you and your allies. So this means that if you play, if you could like switch stuff, if you could play Titan Assault with Nemesis against Scorponok, against Triptychon, if you could place, if you could choose this one and play with this one outside of Scorponok, you could use this essay to reduce even further the damage that you're going to receive. So this makes Nemesis very, very much immune to Scorponok, because it protects you and your allies. I think that's well balanced. It could get even crazier if it had 30% damage reduction for you and your allies. I think that they would need to balance it up, like make you invulnerable to electric damage. The reduction on the electric damage, if it was 30%, could be just for you or just for your allies. For both, they need to balance it up a little bit. So this makes the Scorponok matchup, if the guy has this SA, electricity resistance, if they have this SA against you, it's very, very harder for you. So this means that if you want to like try to capitalize on it, you should try to use other abilities on your Titan that doesn't have the electric damage to avoid the electric reduction. But you don't have a full setup of these because every single thing that you do here is based on electric damage, except for Pierce Beam. So that's why when you're playing against, I only have Scorponok available to me. I don't just don't like another Titans. I just have Scorponok. I think the decoys are really amazing. Need the decoys to play. So the best setup I think that you can grab is this one, but you're not going to count on the EMP beam. These are going to here just to have the 30 chance of the disable. Its immunity to the if the if the game's tooltip is correct, it says immunity to electric damage, not disabled. So you still have, in theory, a chance to get the disable, but and your Pierce Beam has still effect on you because it on the guy because it's electric damage, because it's not electric damage. And we came up to Titan Triptychon. So everyone says that's basically a triangle format where Triptychon is better than Nemesis, that's better than Scorponok, that's better than Triptychon, basically. So the thing is, if you use Triptychon, you have a stupid essay that is reduce 20% from fire damage for you and your allies. So it's basically one of the essays that shits very hard on Nemesis because the damage reduction on the fire damage and Nemesis is full fire. So this is one of the reasons that Triptychon has a little gap of advantage here. So it has naturally 20%, 10% damage boost. So let's play some random stuff like here, for example. Here's some random essays. And you have these at your disposal, which makes the life for your opponent really, really harder if he's a Nemesis player. So this helps a lot, and I mean a lot. If you're playing like regularly against Titans, if you're playing regularly against, if you're in like Platinum League, even Gold League, everyone is HQ 17 minimum, so everyone has a Titan. So it's very, very important for you to have all the Titans at your disposal. All the Titans like must be at the minimum level to be like competitive. I think that everyone needs to have like level, I don't know, 12, 13. And it's like a chain reaction, to be honest, because every time that you go like for Titan Assault, you grab extra resources, you grab extra shards, and the next week you can go even further, and there's a point where you get all the weeks, you get the full access to the last streak on the Titan Assault. I get when the Scorponok was at level 14 or 15, I think it was 15, I was able to defeat that and get the 15 streak up. So you kind of have to have it. These things that makes a lot of difference at your disposal. So, for example, if the guy has a specific level on your Titan, this could not make the difference between your Titan naturally destroy the other one. But for example, if you use your Titan as strikes, if you use your Titan attacks, if you realize that the matchup between the Titans is really like tied up and the match is kind of under control with your bots and the natural defenses of the HQ, you can use your SA damage, use your SA Titan. I mean this one, Death Ray, on the Titan to destroy the Titan as fast as possible. For your Titan to start using your passive skills, these ones, on the enemy base, so it's going to be faster and more easier for you to capitalize on the SA on the base because it's going to be less strong. And don't forget that you still have fire damage applied, so you have the fire advantage on the thing. If you have these, you have EMP. You start to randomly EMPing your opponent's defenses depending of the base. If you could destroy the other Titan. So this gives you a huge gap, a huge amount of advantage, a huge amount of difference between in your gameplay. This improves you a lot. So I am not absolutely sure if the reason why Scorponok has a slight advantage on the Triptychon Titan, because if you think about outside of Fireball, which is fire damage, all the other SAs of your Titan are very like basic. There's no like huge tech on anything. This is low down. This is like there's no really spicy tech. Like there's a huge difference between these two. Like here's pure spicy tech. Here's like electric damage reduction. You have acid on your saves. You have fire on your stuff. You have this crazy stuff here. Like, you know what I mean? But I think that the huge difference is the survival instinct from Scorponok, because 30% damage reduction from your Titan's abilities, combined with these, for example, 20% reduction to beam damage, and if you think about it, this is not a beam, but this is a beam, I guess. So you have resistance to the greatest passive of Triptychon, but I think that the good thing here is that you combine these with these, or you combine these with these, and you have a lot, and I mean a lot, of damage applying to Titan, to the Triptychon Titan, or simply something like this. You have a high reduction in melee. So like, if you want to copy and paste the setup, you have these that reduces damage to only 20% from range attacks from the enemy's Titan, not all the ability ones. This has resistance to fire damage, and you have no other like melee damage reduction. You have your damage increasing, you have your SA abilities, but you don't have the other stuff, the other kinds of protection. I think there's another one here. No, there's no another one here. So I think that's pretty much the reason why one Titan is better than the other. and they make like a perfect cycle between them. I'm not sure how and if they are going to do another Titan in the game. As I can see, it's kind of rare. It's like once per like 2 years, 1 year and a half, something like that. 3 years maybe. It's like not the most frequent type of content they allow us to have. So I think that's pretty much it, guys. People have really requested this content to me explaining some stuff about the Titans. Oh, there's an upgrade here. Nice. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I like a lot making this kind of content, explaining stuff, making some theories on stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Thanks so much for watching. Galaver out.